And we're live.
We're live. Wow, that came up fast.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to Places to Love Watch Live Party. I'm Samantha Brown.
I'm Kevin O'Leary. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out if I got everything started right.
He's ground control to Major Tom Kevin O'Leary,
Okay.
so he's in control of all these things that are happening right now to come live to you today. But we are so excited to see you all. It has been a huge weekend for us. But hey, listen, this is our Watch Live Party for those of you who are just joining us for the first time. This is where Kevin and I watch one of our episodes from Places to Love from our prior season with our community, you. And we basically give you a behind the scenes look at what it takes to create an Emmy Award winning travel series, Places to Love, which airs on your public television station around the United States. Also, YouTube. You can stream our show on YouTube as well, and that's coming to you in 4K. So we're in lots of places. We are very accessible.
There's Sam's YouTube handle, at Real Samantha Brown. And we're getting inching closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers.
Right?
Yeah,
wow.
so if you're not subscribed now, please subscribe at YouTube, and you'll see some cool. We're gonna have some new content that's only airing on YouTube soon.
That's great. Yeah. We're a little late to the YouTube party. I know it's like this started like in 2006, but we stayed with broadcast television, creating the best television show we possibly could, Emmy Award winning as well. And then when we knew we got that right, we started to branch off in different directions. That's just one of them too, right? You want to bring the other one?
It's fine.
There's There's the other one. And then there's a third one downstairs. There are children. Speaking of our children, we had a big weekend this weekend.
Yes.
In Washington, D.C. Our little babes turned 13. So we now officially have 13-year-old twins. That was fun. And we've been going to D.C. with them since they were little babies. So it was really reminiscent. It was very a nostalgic trip to see how big they are. And they don't run down the hotel hallways anymore like they used to. Yeah, exactly. They used to like to ride the luggage carts. Remember that? That was fun. Yep. And now they're just like, what? We have to go to the National Air Space Museum. Actually, they did like that.
Yeah, and the reason we were in D.C. was for the Travel and Adventure show that was last weekend in D.C., but just to kind of point out that this weekend, January 24th and 25th, Samantha will be at the Javits Center in New York, and then February 21st and 22nd at the Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois, and Chicago. And whoever might be interested in going, there's a code for free tickets. You need a ticket, and it's free. You just got to register, and the code is Places to Love VIP, one big word. That's Places to Love VIP, one big word, and it gets you in for free.
Yeah, it was funny. I was actually in Washington, D.C. at a Walgreens getting some stuff for the room, and a guy recognized me, and he's like, oh, I saw you at the last D.C. show many years ago. He's like, but I don't know if I'll go, like, I'm trying to watch money, tickets, and everything. I'm like, well, have I got a free code for you? So I gave him my code, and then I don't think he went, though. I don't think I saw him. But anyway, it's really nice when you can do things for free these days, because I know there's not a lot out there. We got a lot of people joining us. We've got Colleen Casey in the house. Hello, Colleen. Happy birthday, L&L. I know, teenagers. Allison, thank you so much. Happy 13th birthday to we had such a lovely time. And yes, Debbie, thank you. DC is a really fun city to visit. Yes. I think I'm up to my 25th time to DC. Yeah. I've been going for a long time. It's just an easy place for us to get to on the train. Oh, we took the train.
Yeah.
Usually we drive, but we're like, let's take the train. And listen, if you, I know Amtrak and train travel in general can be really expensive. But if you're we couldn't believe the prices. It was like $45 a ticket to go from New York City Penn Station to
Well, they were
Washington.
12 then.
Oh, for them. Exactly. That's
price.
So funny. That's
anymore.
True. Yeah, you realize. Well, and then our tickets weren't that much more.
Yeah, they weren't a lot, but they were. The kids were half price.
Yeah. So the whole thing with Amtrak is if you plan in advance, 4 weeks in advance, you'll get really great tickets. So it's that last minute that they really, really get you.
But at the show, Samantha packed the house.
Yes, we had a huge audience.
The people were just lined up 4 or 5 deep in the aisle behind the seats. It was pretty amazing, and great crowd, great questions.
Yeah, and I took a great video while I was on the stage. It was so nice. That's my view.
People who want to travel. Excellent. Woo! Oh, and they're over there too. Yay! Back in there. Cheers.
Yeah, so it was so lovely because we've been hearing a lot of news and stuff that people are going to put travel on the shelf, and we understand this in certain times and the economy and the country and kind of travel always is like, well, things are really uncertain. We'll just wait, and just to get that type of reception, obviously the enthusiasm for travel will never wane. So it was totally reassuring. We've got Stacey Hawkins in the house.
Yeah, and our great friend Lori Dixon, we got to see in
Woohoo!
DC. Hey, Lori. It's great to see you. And,
Hey, Lori.
And I got one too.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was so great. It's so great when we get to meet people and you come out and it's like because we are. It's like we're friends because we are, and we really appreciate the support.
She was in the front seat.
Yeah. That's great. It's funny because I was nervous. It's a new speech. So I haven't done the travel and adventure shows for 2 years now. I took a bit of a break. And so coming back, I wanted to, do new things, talk about new experiences, of course. And so when you have to talk for 45 minutes, it's really, people are like, oh, is it easy? No, it's not. I'm so nervous. And it's only till the very end that I'm like, woo! So right now, I made it past the weekend, and I'm feeling good. I'm even going to have a glass of wine tonight because I feel like I can celebrate. Like I worked hard and I got the speech. And there was another person that we met. I'm trying to figure out how to I don't know. He kind of tags along a lot, and I think he's kind of. What do you think? I think he's kind of trying to steal my thunder.
He's got this other thing on Monday nights that, he does a live broadcast too.
He's like an influencer.
Yeah.
And, we're nice to him. So I had dinner with him. Actually, Kevin and I did. He's just not in the picture. There's Rick Steve. It's so funny. It's such a big question for people. They're just, because Rick was also, obviously speaking at DC. So it was the two of us. And people always ask, are you friends with Rick Steves? And I'm always like, no. We're great friends. He is a love. I mean, he's just a great, great guy. And we were doing this wonderful experience with the Washington Post with Natalie.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I don't know her last name.
I think it's Compton.
Who's a journalist. And she took us around just to kind of the two travel experts around Washington, D.C. to two of her favorite places. And we went to this wonderful restaurant / wine bar / ice cream parlor.
Yeah. Did everything.
They did everything, but for adults called Gemini. And then, of course, we went to Ethiopian food, Sher. Washington, D.C. has the second largest population of Ethiopians outside of Ethiopia. And man, you got to go there for food. If anyone's going to Washington, D.C., you have to. I know the Kylers are here. What do you think? What's one of your favorite Ethiopian restaurants? I remember from our Travel Channel days when Travel Channel and Discovery is located in Silver Springs, Maryland, which is just a few train stops away from Washington, D.C., and what they think their favorite Ethiopian restaurant is. Because I've gone to two now, only two, but both of them, oh my gosh, we've got the injera bread there, and
and this place was legit. The thing that looks on the right side of the screen there looks like napkins,
like a towel,
is actually bread they flew in from Ethiopia.
Yeah, the grain, right? Do they make it there? Or is it the bread is made?
I asked the question to get an answer, but the regular bread was kind of local somehow, but that was special from Ethiopia.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a great spread, great experience, and always great to hang out with Rick.
Oh my gosh.
Always.
Yeah.
Wow, so much to talk about tonight. How about this for a question?
Mm-hmm.
Who saw our Arizona episode over the weekend? Route 66 Arizona was our second episode of the season, and that aired across most of the country. I know, in New York, they're kind of annoying. They start a month late, but
New York, man.
Yeah,
get with the program.
But who saw it? Who got to check out Arizona? I think Arizona to me when we started our whole Route 66 journey in just leaving Chicago, and basically ending in St. Louis. In the very beginning of that, I was just saying to myself as I'm driving around, I'm scouting alone this whole thing. It's like, boy, when I think of Route 66, I'd never thought of this, of Illinois.
Yeah.
When you think of Route 66, it's Arizona.
Yeah.
It's just that's the iconic.
New Mexico and Arizona, I think, are the iconic states where, especially in New Mexico with the mesas. Once you start seeing the mesas,
that's
it's
where
like,
you
oh
start
my
that,
gosh. And Arizona, so they have the mesas, but they have more of just mountains
desert
and rock.
mountains, yeah.
Oh my gosh! But the scenery and the drives are just phenomenal. And then, of course, the people along the way and the state parks and has a national park. Actually, I just did a post today. So at National Petrified National Forest, Route 66 ran right through it, and there's only one other national park that Route 66 crosses paths with. What is it?
Oh, that's a trivia question. Maria had a comment. She loved Angel's interview.
Oh, Angel
And-
Delgadillo, isn't that? He's a national treasure. I
Yeah.
mean, clearly an Arizona treasure, but I think it goes beyond those borders.
Yeah. And Grateful Coco asked, where can we find it? Now, Grateful Coco's on YouTube, and these shows are not fully on YouTube yet. They will be one day, but right now they're on PBS. And the best way, if you're in the U.S., to find that is if you go to samb.tv/watch. You can put in your zip code, and it'll tell you when it's airing on your local public television station. And then on Sundays, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, we publish it, the online player on our website. So you can also just go to samantha-brown.com and watch it online, or the PBS app. If you have access to that, that's absolutely fine and free. I don't think you have to register for the PBS app, but that's how you watch it now. And again, someday, at some point, we will be on YouTube with that. It's just we always try to give some love to our public television partners to make sure that people watch it there first.
That is funny.
Britta,
That's a good one.
we love
That's
the
a good
Dinosaur
one.
Poop Museum segment on Route 66. We backed it up 3 times just for your laughter. That's funny. Fun fact, whoever watched that episode,
Oh my gosh. I
after
crack
we had
up.
already delivered that show to PBS, we got an urgent email saying that we had to pull the file we had posted down and re-edit it and put it back because behind Sam's shoulder was a postcard that talked about the it was like
don't know.
the Tyrannosaurus Rex's butthole. Because if you see the episode, it's all about dinosaur poop and how important it is, and scientists learn from
And
it all that stuff.
it's one bad, great joke
Yeah.
after the next, right? Like we
But
all
it
get
had the word, it had that word,
anus?
butthole,
But
and they were like that. We'd have to have like a rated R rating or something like that. Gayla asked a great question about Oatman. Now, Oatman is the last stop before you hit California, and we had planned. We actually
we
went
did stop.
there.
We did stop. We did film, and the donkeys didn't come out.
It was too early.
And we waited. It was too early. I got my feed and everything, and we waited. And we waited, and then we got some other things there, and kind of walked in, and I walked around. But then when we went to post, and we were looking at it editing wise, Gayla, we were just like, everyone's gonna be like, where are the donkeys?
Yeah.
So we cut it. So and because Arizona, oh my gosh, Arizona had so much, we didn't want to end on that. It's like, and actually we tested it out. We did an edit where I was like, well, I guess there are no donkeys, and that's how the show ended. We're like, it can't end like that. It just can't. So our fault. Not our fault. We were driving, and we need to shoot when we're shooting and get on the road, and we missed the donkeys, and the town tried. The mayor came out. They were trying to get the donkeys to come, and they're just they're a bunch of jackasses.
Oh, nice.
Excuse my language. Sorry.
For our New Mexico episode last week, Jim says he always stays at the El Rancho in Gallup.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
And
I've stayed there.
I stayed there.
Yeah, we stayed there.
They would not return our phone calls.
Did we stay there together?
No.
On separate occasions. Wow.
Well, I was scouting. I stayed there when we scouted.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they would not return a phone call. We called maybe 15 times, if not 20.
Sorry.
No call back. It's like, okay, well, we are not featuring the El Rancho Hotel.
The donkeys, the El Rancho Hotel. We get it.
Yeah, you don't want to be part of our show. I get it. That's fine. That doesn't happen a lot, but it happens. So the reason I brought up our Arizona episode is that we have our little trailer for
California.
this weekend show,
Yeah.
which is the final
Final one.
The final destination. Samantha Brown completes her journey on Route 66.
We did it! We made it to California! Oh my gosh, when we started, we had 2,400 miles ahead of us, 8 states, and now we are down to just one. And what a one it is! California is where the Mother Road becomes a living reflection of American history. Born in railroad towns, tested in the Mojave Desert during the war, and carried forward by the boundless optimism that followed. It changed not only how we traveled, but the very spirit of the journey itself. And I'm so grateful that you are here with me as we reach the end. So, are you ready? Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, get back in the car! My Route 66 adventure concludes in California. For more information,
It's going to be a tearjerker for me.
Yeah.
It's it's an amazing. At my speaking engagement this weekend, I talked a lot about it and just how, in my 25 years of travel, that is the best trip I've ever taken. I mean, it's a big one, but it leaves an impact. It's a huge impact in your life because it's more than a nostalgic joyride. It really is the Mother Road. And there's so much into calling it the Mother Road. It, everything that happened along it really forged our nation's identity. So really impactful. And then we make it to the end, and there's a nice surprise at the end of this show that you're going to love. I know you're going to love. But then next weekend, we also have do you want me to tell them about that now? We have the Create Marathon.
So on Friday. Saturday and Sunday.
This Friday, Saturday and Sunday. There's a Create Marathon of places to love. But we will be showing every single Route 66 episode, all 6 of them back to back for the very first time. So that's huge. So you can, binge watch. It's probably going to be a cold weekend. Unless you're in New York, don't binge watch. Come to see me at the New York Travel and Adventure Show in Javits Center.
Great point.
What?
Your marathon will be on while you're on stage.
Well,
Wow.
I'm just, what can I do?
So what everyone needs to do is watch it Friday night. That'll solve that problem.
Oh, do they play everything Friday night and then an encore Saturday?
So it's 10 episodes back to back, with the first 6 being Route 66, and then there's some other ones after that. But they are, these are Eastern times. It's at 9 p.m. to like 2 in the morning, then 10 a.m. on Saturday till 3, and then noon on Sunday to 5. It's 5 straight hours of places to love, with the first 3 hours being Route 66.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Back to back. I haven't seen them yet back to back, so I would love to do that myself. Okay, where are we now? We've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that first?
You want to get to the show?
Yeah. What is there something else we want to?
No. I think we've got it all. Next weekend, New York. You did the New York thing. All right.
Yeah.
So this episode is the Mainz.
Yeah.
Rothenburg and
Wiesbaden.
Wiesbaden. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Wiesbaden. So we arrived in Mainz, and it was actually our second time to Mainz, doing an episode in Mainz. It was a part of our Rhine tour on the not the Alma Magna. That wasn't. It
was the Alma Prima, but it was Alma Waterways.
Alma Waterways. Yep. So we went to Mainz, and Mainz is famous because it is home to the Gutenberg Bible.
He was from there.
Is his name Johann? It's probably Johann
Johannes,
Gutenberg.
I think.
Johannes Gutenberg.
Yep.
Everyone's named Johannes. It makes it very easy. But so we went back to Mainz because we really loved it. I mean, it's just really enjoyable. I talked at my speech again about B-side cities, right? So A-side cities, think like Munich, Berlin. It just big cities that kind of overtake things, but these smaller cities give you a nice slice of life. Just a few museums and, just wonderful wine and food. And Mainz is a really great destination right along the Rhine. But when we arrived, I went out for a walk and I found the best restaurant I've ever found because it was named Oma Elsie. And if you can see that in the back, Oma Elsie, and that is my mom's name is Elsie May, and she's Oma to my grandkids. So I was like, Oma Elsie, and did I have a meal? Do you see that meal? Oh my gosh, that's some Spätzle.
Yep.
And with a beautiful salad. Oh, you eat so well in Germany.
Yeah.
And of course, a glass of wine. And speaking of wine. God, let's go. I'm a little thirsty here. So it was wonderful just being in Mainz and walking around. And then, do we have another picture? Oh no, that's from Rothenburg. But yeah, it's a great little city. And gosh, what else? We arrived and thank you very much.
So this is a native grape.
Is this native to Mainz?
It's a native grape to Germany called Sylvaner.
Oh, sure.
I don't know if you can see that. Probably not.
Nice.
But I went to our great wine shop nearby here in Brooklyn, and they're not. It's not a big place, but I was like, hey, you got German wine? It's like, yeah. What do you need? Like, I want to do something like interesting, like local. And he's like, yeah. So this is a German grape because I feel like the French grapes, like in California, they don't make wine from Concord grapes. They make wine from Cabernet Sauvignon. It's all still European grape varietals, even in the U.S. So,
yeah.
Thought we'd try this. Then we have a Riesling as well.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Very nice. Woo. Very fresh. Excellent. So should we start?
Yeah. Let's get going.
I'm in Germany, one of the top travel destinations in the world, and I'll be exploring 3 of its cities, each with a unique place in history that can still be felt and sipped today. One city is an unknown travel gem, founded by the Roman Empire. Another is known for its one-of-a-kind art collection and chocolate. And finally, one of the most preserved medieval towns in all of Europe, saved by an American mom. I'm visiting Mainz, Wiesbaden and Rothenburg. I'm Samantha Brown, and I've traveled all over
You were there in June?
No, September.
September?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's true. That would count for the warmer weather that I was wearing, definitely. But that makes the white wine a little crisper. Feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool.
It was cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially the mornings. Yeah, and these are really, Mainz isn't that popular, I would say, as a destination, when it comes to like Rothenburg. Now that's a very popular destination, especially for day trippers. So that's why it's always nice if you're going to these places to stay the night, because then you can get a different experience wherever you are. But Mainz isn't, and then I would say Wiesbaden isn't on Americans' kind of list of places to go. I mean, definitely it's a spa town.
Well, I think there's a base there. So there's if there's Americans there, they're probably stationed nearby.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Because I think a few people that watched, I think when we talked about filming there, they had said they'd been stationed around there.
But it's funny, that's where we did a lot of my stand-ups for my 25th anniversary, and I realized at that point that I had visited Germany more than any other European country. So that was my 12th time to Germany, and it's a wonderful country to visit. So easy to enjoy, so easy to get around, right? Of course, the trains are exceptional, and so it's just logistically, it's a nice place to be. And we've always enjoyed shooting there. We've always gotten a lot of great cooperation just from people off the street as well, which is always nice. But it's a really friendly place, even in Leipzig, which we showed last week, right, or 2 weeks ago.
A few weeks ago. Yeah.
So we had a really, really good time. So I know you're going to like this. But we chose the 3 just so we could give you a little taste of each one.
Mm-hmm.
On this trip to Germany, I'm focusing on 3 iconic cities near the major hub of Frankfurt: the spa town of Wiesbaden, the medieval city of Rothenburg, and I start my trip back in Mainz. I was enjoying a Rhine River cruise when I first encountered Mainz, and I found it to be a charming city that enjoys its location along the famed river and has an amiable old town of cobblestone streets and half-timbered homes. Its major claim to fame is that it's the home of Johannes Gutenberg, and it was here in the 15th century that he created movable type and the Gutenberg press.
1, 2, and 3. Bravo.
But this city's history goes back much further than that.
This station was built in late 19th century, and it was named South Station. And later, when there were the excavation, they changed the name, and now it's station of the Roman theater.
And I love it. You're waiting on this platform, and if you arrive at this station, you've gone back 2,000 years.
That's true, yes. Now we are now in this theater. And the theater, what you can see today, it's from 4th century. The biggest theater northern of the Alps. There was possible to come here 10,000 people.
10,000 people?
And it was also very high till the cross, to this Luther church,
right.
to the top of the cross. There were the seats were till the top of the cross.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard to imagine 10,000 people could fit in what's left of this ancient Roman theater. The train now runs through what used to be the stage, but at a slightly higher viewpoint, a little more of the amphitheater is revealed.
Was this always known? This was here? Did they always know they had a Roman theater?
Not always. It was known till 17th century. They used this to have stones for building other houses. And then it was forgotten. And the first wall was found in late 19th century when they built the railway station.
Wow.
But excavations didn't begin until the late 20th century.
Having Roman ruins in a German city? How unique is that?
It's, so for us, it's fantastic.
But I mean, are there lots of cities that can make that claim?
No, it was really a central place at the eastern borderline of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Okay, come with me now here.
The Roman Empire may be gone, but next to the ruins is a hidden tunnel which leaves clues to their lasting legacy.
Wow, that is cool.
That was used for the fortification in 17th century. Look here, that is stone of Roman times. This beautiful decoration with grapes. And although that's very typical for Mainz. Mainz has great wine capital, and you can see grapes, and you can say that the Romans brought the technique for making wine, they brought it here in this area.
It's just a part of the German history I never knew about. And again, like he said, it is rare that a city in Germany would have so much Roman influence. And you don't really, of course, see it in the architecture and in the ruins, except for where that train station is. But it's certainly the legacy is the wine.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting distinction that there were grapes there. It's just funny, you have the building blocks of what you need to make wine.
Yeah.
But the local people didn't know how to make wine. So the Romans brought that it's funny, just the idea of making wine was technology.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
But yeah, you learn a lot that how far the Roman Empire went.
I was going to say, those Romans, man, they got all around.
But I think they follow the rivers, so they follow the Rhine up.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't get too far in on either side, but that was a garrison town where they were kind of stationed.
Exactly. Yeah, it definitely was the rivers, because we found that when we did the Dordogne. Mm-hmm. A lot of the French towns along there were Roman towns, and you could tell by the name of the town. It wasn't exactly French; it was actually more Roman.
Yeah, really interesting. And then there was a lot more to that tour that we didn't feature about, different fortifications and just it was really interesting.
Rheinhessen in the world was known for cheap and sweet wines and mass production. Some young and innovative wine growers came and said, yes, let's do this. Let's focus on good grapes. Let's focus on lower yields. And let's make not only Liebfrauenmilch, which is sweet and cheap. Let's make wine which is good for a restaurant in New York. I'm Eva Vollmer, and I'm the owner of Eva Vollmer Vineyards. And my wine region is Rheinhessen. Now, and this is what I'm following, is of course planting resistant grapes, resilient grapes, which are have a harder skin. Okay. And so we have less spraying, 80% less spraying, with more sustainable grapes. We should taste one. We are in the middle of a future grape, I call it, because it's a grape for a better future.
This is a future grape?
Yeah, I call it like this. It's a PV, a fungus-resistant grape.
Okay.
And it's Sauvignac. The grape is called Sauvignac.
Okay. How old is Sauvignac?
It started his history 20 years ago, but it needs time to get on the market. Mm-hmm. A vineyard is a long-term culture, so you have to think okay, I'm doing something for the next 40 years.
What you're doing is very different. This really is more of an open air laboratory.
I want to have a coexistence of new ideas, but also our holy Riesling, of course.
I love it. I'm seeing a grape at the beginning of its career.
Yeah, it's a baby. And I'm pouring you that blend.
So this is Savagnac, and what did you blend it with?
Hibernal and Cabernet Blanc.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's exploding. Yeah.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
My whole mouth is having a good time right now, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I have a picture in my mind, and I think that I feel what people really, really love. And then it's my job to taste in the vineyard. I tasted those 3 different lots with 3 different grape varieties, and I knew they fit together.
Good
It's a hard job, but a good job.
Well, cheers to the future of wine.
Yeah, cheers.
The future of wine in Mainz is strong.
Yeah, Eva was fantastic, and we knew we wanted to do wine. The Hessen region is massive, Rhine-Hessen, and that's where so much of the grapes are grown in Germany. It's their largest growing region.
Mainz calls itself the wine capital of Germany. That's like their
and I think just acreage, they grow the most wine, and so we knew we wanted to have a wine story, but also as producers we're like, well, which wine story? Because there are quite a few vineyards we could have shot at and great winemakers, but she really stood out. When I always like to feature women, especially women winemakers, because that's very rare still to this day. But she was also doing something different than anyone else was doing in terms of that future wine. She's really the forefront of that movement. Thank you so much. We've moved on to a Riesling.
A holy Riesling from Rheinhessen.
Oh, is that a Honig? Oh,
No, from Rheinhessen. It's a Riesling.
Lovely.
But she says the holy Riesling in the top.
Okay.
So that's what this is. It's
Let me see the label.
Huff.
Oh.
Hoof. Puff.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I love these. Oh my gosh. Cheers.
Cheers.
Do it again.
Burst.
So she talked about future wines, and that's actually a movement that she's a part of protecting wine and growing them so they're more resilient against any sort of was it phylloxera or just anything that can really damage wines and vines. And so she doesn't spray so many pesticides, and she really is thinking about the future. She has young children. There's a lot of women who are doing this, and it's because they have young children, and you see the writing on the wall, and you see where you can make things better. And so it was known for sweet and cheap, kind of like upstate New York. And I can say that because my mom used to work at Wild Irish Rose, which was a wine company. You can only imagine what that.
You're gonna light the comments up with that one.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's known for phenomenal wine and really serious winemakers. So it's kind of that switch, but just how can we make a more sustainable grape? And then certainly Germany is really at the forefront of making everything. I mean, that's why when you go there, I remember when I first started going to Germany and I was like, well, where's the organic? Organic, because that was a big buzzword in America 20 years ago. And they're just like, well, what is that? And I described it to them and they're like, well, that's food, right? Like they don't put pesticides on everything.
The garbage chemicals they're allowed to do in America, we
exactly.
don't do here.
They wouldn't do there. But the wine industry certainly can spray a lot of pesticides because there are a lot of pests. So they were getting away from that. So that's why we chose her, and she was fantastic. And it was a great.
But I have to say, she was when I met her during the Scout, she was terrified because we were there in September, and that's their harvest season. And it's very rare for us that we go to a vineyard and there's grapes on the vine. And she was like trying to do all the math in her head, like, well, when are you going to be here? Does
How many hours?
It was literally like we had to have an hour of her time because she was, that's as someone said on that same trip when I was in a different winery, that the difference between a winemaker and a brewer is a brewer makes beer year round. A winemaker has once a year.
Wow. Yeah.
To pull the grapes, to juice the grapes, put it in barrels or whatever they're going to do with it. They got one shot a year to do that.
Yeah.
And so she was it was a stressful time, but she gave us her time and she was fantastic.
Well, that's what I love about my crew. Shout out to my crew, because I can totally understand it when people like field these kind of requests from, film, production companies or even influencers. It's like, how much time are you going to, like, it's this big unknown.
Yeah.
And then you come in with a crew that doesn't know what they're doing. And we are like, she was put to ease right away. It's like, this is what we're doing. We've got 3 camera people shooting you right now. So we only have to do this once and then we're going to move on to here. And as soon as she saw like how like efficient we are, like we were German efficient. I was so proud of our crew. She you could tell she totally relaxed, and then she's like, "Oh, come on up, everyone!" And then she opened up her big tasting room to all of us, and it was a great great day. But if you ever see her, it's interesting. We had to cut a lot of it out because a lot of the wines she did, the labels were really clever because she's young. She's very young in the wine industry, especially in Germany. You can imagine where families have been making wine since like the 1600s sometimes. And so she was, her labels are all these really fun German phrases that just didn't translate in the United States kind of thing. And so we unfortunately had to cut that, but it's fun, quirky, and just really accessible. So, and German wines aren't always accessible, I think, in terms of their labeling and that sort of thing.
Yep. So just the frame that's on right now, I filmed this in the summer when I was there a month earlier, and it was really hot. And so everyone's outside drinking wine, and the locals do wine and soda water to kind of lighten it up.
Little spritzers.
And then you go there a month later and it's cold.
Yeah.
It's so funny that some of these shots don't cut so well.
See, I would have never have noticed that.
Yeah.
That's something that I just wouldn't have picked out.
All right.
But I also didn't pick out butthole.
Yeah, it's true.
Where in this small city founded by Romans, you'll see people enjoying wine day and night, outside and inside the many wine houses of Mainz. And I'm checking out one of its busiest.
So the day is not over, and I am drinking more wine because I'm in Mainz, as in, I might have another glass. But I'm actually at a wine house, and this is what I love about this part of Germany. I know Germany's known for like beer and big beer halls, but it's also known for wine houses. Dankeschön. Oh yeah, just leave the bottle.
Yeah, sure, I would do it. So enjoy.
Thank you.
Zum Wohl.
My hotel's right around the corner. I've just got a few cobblestone streets to walk over, and I'll be fine.
Oh, that was a good wine.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm in my land of wine with this kind of wine. This is, of course, Riesling, which is the king here. And all the wines are from within 20 kilometers. There are 4,000 wineries to choose from, so they've got quite a selection. And everyone here is drinking wine. Do you see any cocktails? No. Do you see any beer? No. And we're in Germany because we are in a wine house.
The one guy with the... Do you see the guy drinking beer? Sorry.
The one guy nearest to your head is drinking a beer.
The one guy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Just across the Rhine, I'm visiting the nearby spa town of Wiesbaden and its spectacular art museum. Museum Wiesbaden is known for its rare contemporary art collection, and the museum recently opened a permanent collection of Art Nouveau.
Well, Art Nouveau is a movement in Europe and the US who wanted to create a new style of art inspired by the dynamism of the nature and the force of the youth. They wanted to reinvent the craft, the hand skills. They wanted to become aware of the individual all together with the nature. I'm Andreas Henning, the director of the Museum Wiesbaden, that is the Hesse State Museum for Art and Nature. I would like to show you one of my favorite pieces. It's a desk.
Oh, yes.
A desk by Louis Majorel. The desk is growing from the floor like an orchid. We have the plants, the blossoms of an orchid. I really want and dream to sit and write a letter here, but even as a director, I'm not allowed, unfortunately.
Really, even at like 2 a.m., you can't sneak in here and write a nice, pay some of your bills?
There's an alarm system, so that's allowed. So we have here mahogany, wood, leather, gilt bronze, for example, and we do have electric light. Imagine, electric light was just invented, and the artists couldn't have such a slim lighting system without electric light. Art Nouveau, furniture, porcelain, chandelier, paintings all together were united. And nature is the main source, or was the main source for inspiration.
So the idea was lifestyle, right? This is our lifestyle that we're going to live.
Yes, that's a good expression. You can say that, lifestyle. So you can discover the different styles of Art Nouveau in this collection. Franz von Stocke, a German painter based in Munich, invented this iconic painting, a female nude with the serpent. It is part of the symbolism movement. The symbolism is part of the Art Nouveau movement, and they looked on the darker sides of existence. It's frightening and exciting, it's both. A serpent and a female naked body is an allusion to Eve, of course, and that's why it's written in the tabernacle frame, die Sünde, the sin. But it's not a painting about Eve, but about the femme fatale. Because men in these days, they felt, well, the female body were used as a weapon against male sex. So they were frightened.
So is that representing a man's fear of women's power, or is that representing women's power?
That is both.
I like her.
Yeah. And this is dedicated to Hector Guimard. He designs the metro stations in Paris.
Oh, of course.
And here we have one of his series of furnitures. Flowing lines, just ornamental, organic lines, coming one to another. It's a huge collection of 570 art pieces permanently on show.
But it's also from one collector who collected all of these beautiful objects over 40 years.
Thanks to him, Ferdinand Wolfgang Nees, an art dealer and collector, created this collection. And it's one of the very outstanding collection of Art Nouveau worldwide.
It's incredible.
Can you stop right there? So can you rewind it? Can you go rewind it? Because we had to cut this out. There's so much we had to cut out from this. I love Art Nouveau. I think you can tell by my reactions. It's right before this. Okay, that. So this, if you look closely, all the handles are bats. And the actual chair itself
huge collection
is a bat. And there was another armoire as well, a part of this collection. And this was from a 1960s TV set when the Germans did their own Batman. So this was Batman's office. What's his real name? What Batman's name is in real life? What's his name? That's terrible. Someone. Adam. No, not that's the real Batman. Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. So this is Bruce Wayne's. But this was from a TV set from the 1960s, German television. And oh my gosh, it's just stunning. And so again, this is all from one collector. And he is no longer alive, but his widow is. And she comes and then she buys things for the museum.
There was some sort of there's still stuff that hasn't made it there yet.
Yeah. But it became a Museum Wiesbaden became a hit, a trending hit because of, it also has the Ophelia or one of the Ophelia
the one that
paintings. The one that they used, right, in Taylor Swift's, Ophelia, her new album. And so all of a sudden, all these young women were coming to this museum and they're like, what's going on? And to see the actual painting that is in that she recreates in her video. So Museum Wiesbaden, I mean, it's a reason to go there alone because the collection is so unique. And we also had to cut out what the difference between European Art Nouveau and American Art Nouveau and how these two movements were happening simultaneously, but very different in different ways, and being from different countries, what they represented. I mean, it's just fascinating, and Andreas was exceptional.
And he will make a reappearance.
He will make a reappearance.
In this season, in the third or eighth episode of the year, that'll be airing in March, I think. So we go back to Wiesbaden for that.
We shouldn't tell him? Come on.
Okay, good.
All right.
Good.
So another thing we had to cut because it was too much is that Museum Wiesbaden is where the one of the satellites, one of the places for the monuments men and women from World War II who were basically tasked with cataloging, retrieving, saving all of the Nazi art. Returning.
Yeah.
That they looted from their own museums in Germany, but like the Nefertiti, right? So just like, I think there were thousands upon thousands of pieces. And so we were in the actual room where they saved them and cataloged them. And it was really great moment of our
that was
history.
just, I was almost done scouting that. And he's like, well, by the way, this is where the Monument Men was. Like, what? Like, yeah,
I think there were a few places though, weren't there?
Well, I think it was the major, at least in that, because that's where basically all the art was found and brought there, cataloged
from the mines,
and then returned, all that stuff. It's like, thank you for telling me that. That's good to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I would have been mad if I found that out after the fact.
Yeah. Cindy, love the furniture. I agree. I wanted every single piece. In fact, while I was walking around the museum, I'm like, well, that would look good. Or, just envisioning the fact that I could actually possess any of this because it was so, so beautiful and just, hard to, they don't make it like that anymore.
Yeah. I feel like a reproduction would be $10,000 for like a little side chair.
Yeah, even a reproduction.
Yeah.
The Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Someone needs to see that and recreate that because I thought that was fantastic.
Worldwide.
It's incredible.
I was told that to really enjoy Wiesbaden, that it's all about just relaxing, going on a stroll, seeing some art, and then have a snack.
We have a lot of people walking by, just stopping and having a look at all of the chocolates, deciding if they want to go in or not. Then they're passing the next window, and there's people sitting there having their coffee, drinking hot chocolate, and then that's the moment where they decide they definitely have to.
That's when I was hooked.
Kunder Chocolateria has been making chocolate here in Wiesbaden for over 125 years.
Okay, so what's your favorite chocolate?
There's one which I particularly like. It's right over there. It's the orange one.
Okay.
And we invented it in 2014 when the Dutch Queen and King came to visit Wiesbaden. And it's with orange juice, vanilla, and honey.
Ooh, all right. This is one of your favorites.
Awesome. It is.
Oh, it's wonderful.
They're called pralines, but different from American style. A praline here is chocolate that can be eaten in one bite, usually filled with something.
How many kind of go back to over 100 years ago?
It's our pineapple tarts.
Pineapple tarts?
Yes. And they have been invented in 1902 by my great-great-grandfather Fritz. Wiesbaden was a spa town back then in those days, and they really wanted to have a souvenir for people to take home. And they wanted to use very exclusive products and ingredients, and they choose the pineapple. I would recommend you to try them with our hot chocolate. It's special to us as well because we serve it very differently than a lot of cafes in the area. It's 2 cans filled with, one is filled with hot chocolate, like melted chocolate, dark one, and the other one is with milk. And then you can pour it into your cup and just decide how much milk and how much chocolate you want to be in there.
That is beautiful. And now for the famous pineapple tart. This is not a one-biter.
Wafers, nougat, marzipan, dark chocolate, pineapple jam dusted with almonds.
To think that people were taking these as souvenirs. This is not making it back in my luggage. But it did. You can always tell when someone's married because literally I just looked at him and was like, and you knew exactly.
Yeah.
I have been saving this for a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
Oh.
And literally every time it's in the counter by where all of our chocolate and all of our little snacks is. When anyone little goes to grab it, I'm like, don't. I'm gonna do a Facebook Live. We're gonna do a watch live, and I'm gonna eat it on the live event and just see. So this is it. and still looks fantastic.
And it's a year and a half old.
I feel like I'm one of those ASMR people now. Okay, let's see. There we go.
I probably should eat it in case you get poisoned by a year and a half. Oh, that sounds stale.
The little stale.
I might dip mine into my wine. Do you think that's acceptable?
But there are no bugs flying out, so I'm happy. Remember when that happened to us?
No.
I mean, nothing we did. It was like a cheap chocolate. Yep. No, it's definitely Pestis Prime.
Okay.
So, but it made it, and I would have been so disappointed if I had waited this long, and then we'd go down after tonight, and it'd be over.
Samantha, you suffer for your art. I hope you all appreciate that she just ate a year and a half old
Kinder chocolate, no.
something
Kinder.
filled, pineapple compote. Ugh. This is fun. Our good friends Charles and Carrie Kyler are watching, and just the next town around the corner from Wiesbaden is a town called Rudesheim.
I didn't know it was right around the corner.
Oh yeah, we featured it in our Rhine episode, where if you ever saw that Samantha drank wine on that hill looking down, that was all Rudesheim. And there's a famous drink there called the Rudesheim coffee, which they're enjoying right now, and it's brandy. I think you flame the brandy first, and then you add the coffee and some sugar.
I love it.
And then you top it with whipped cream.
They're our party friends.
Yeah.
I wish we lived right next to you guys.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They do.
Yeah, that should be their on their mailbox.
Party friends.
It's the Kylers. They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
All right. Now I
Our
think
drive
everyone
from Wiesbaden
is excited
lies
about
the
this town.
fairy tale city of Rothenburg.
We are now walking in what is considered one of the best preserved medieval cities in the world.
One of the famous.
One of the most famous. What do you think makes it famous?
It's well preserved in medieval Gothic style. They want to see these timbered houses, to see this romantic, picturesque place.
That might be my favorite line of the whole season. The way he delivered that. This romantic, picturesque place. He was really selling it.
Yeah,
I loved
he loved it.
It was so good.
He was very...
Located at the intersection of two great trading routes, Prague to Paris and Hamburg to Venice, Rothenburg was wealthy and popular throughout the Middle Ages.
The fact that we today, in 2024, are allowed just to walk its main streets and its little alleyways, why is it so well preserved?
Yes. After the 30 Years' War, which was finished 1648, they lost the power, they lost the money, they lost the influence.
And then those difficult times ultimately protected the beauty of the city.
They were very poor, and they didn't have any money to renovate, to change buildings.
I've heard that term before, that poverty protects. So is that what happened here?
You can say that, yeah. And in the 19th century, the town was discovered. Suddenly they saw, wow, this is a town of
This is
of
beautiful.
This is beautiful. Nothing happens. And then came they discover it.
And that brings us right here to September 17th, 2024.
Yeah. And all the people from all over the world.
People.
Yeah.
But no one might have been able to enjoy this city were it not for an unexpected advocate. During the final days of World War II, U.S. General Devers was prepared to bomb Rothenburg to the ground if there wasn't a total surrender. But the Assistant Secretary of War, John McCloy, listened to the advice of someone very close to him.
His mother, she was here on holidays. She was a fan of Rothenburg. And she wrote her son, John, it's so beautiful. He heard about it, and then he said to Devers, please wait 1 week, then everything is over. And that was the reason Devers said, okay, I wait 1 week, and if then we have no problem. And on the 17th March in the morning, 6 o'clock, the US Army went through these gates.
And so, because of John and his mother, Ellen McCloy, the town of Rothenburg survived. Most travelers...
It took us a while to boil that story down because it's an amazing story.
It's a big story, and we don't have a ton of historical photos to go to, or even Ellen's picture, or I think we had Davy's picture, but that was about it. And so yeah, just to make it concise, that is a lot of our jobs. And then when you're making it concise, still make it historically correct.
Yes.
I think that's because you can leave out chunks, but yeah, because it's an important story, and and thankfully it's just so just amazing how these things happen.
When I was doing the math, because the more fuller version of the story is his mother went there twice on a tour or something. And the first time was directly before World War I.
Wow.
And the second time was directly before World War II.
Yeah.
It's like she's got great timing.
She does.
Yeah.
And well-traveled.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people were traveling to Germany at that time for fun, right? I mean, just obviously.
I can just imagine that call. Son, I hear you bombing. Don't bomb. You know I like that place. Yeah. Ma, I gotta bomb it.
Mom! Don't call me Mom.
Yeah. But
it was, we were really lucky because we stayed there for a few nights, and we were right outside the gates, the stone walls. And it was so lovely walking to work every day, because we would all just walk. We didn't need, well, the guys needed their van with their gear, but we would just walk at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's no one there. And about 8:30, people start showing up, and then 9 is when, the big tour buses will kind of arrive and drop people off. And then it's really busy from, I would say, from like 10 to like 4. It's really busy, and that you saw the crowds there. That's about as busy as it got, but then everyone would leave, and then you had the place. It's kind of like a Venice kind of thing with cruise ships, right? All of a sudden, it just emptied out, and you would walk to these wonderful restaurants, and it was just you, and you'd hear your footsteps echo. We loved it. Me, Sylvia, Sharon. We would walk to work, and it was wonderful. Loved it.
Come to Rothenburg for the day, and they are missing out. Once the tour buses leave, there are more personal experiences to be had, like the one I found at Hotel Markestrom, where fourth-generation hoteliers Stefan and Lilo Berger check you in, cook you a meal, and serve you. And I'm having my meal with their daughter, Lisi Berger.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, we will. You are 5th generation?
Yes.
When did your family, your descendants, first be a part of the hotel, I should say?
We got it in 1898. So, wow! It was like my living room. Mm-hmm. There was always life. There were always guests from all over the world. Mm-hmm. There were Japanese people from America, from all over the world, and they were so friendly, so super friendly. And every day was different.
So we are outside of the tower and the archway that was built in the 12th century. So how old is this building?
This part is 750 years old. This part, for example, in this wall is from the 13th century. 3 walls are built from us, and the 4th wall is a city wall.
Running a hotel, you not only have to take care of guests, but you also have to take care of an ancient building. How do you repair a wall that was built at a time that people are like, I don't know how they made that?
We have really good craftsmen from this region, of course. Mm-hmm. So they know our house. They also are family businesses. Mm-hmm. So they know my parents, my grandparents even, because they are also 3rd generation, 4th generation. For example, we have a lot of old clocks in the building. Okay. So we need someone to fix it. Mm-hmm. And there is only one person left who can fix it, and I hope he will still do it for a lot of years.
Do you see yourself thinking about the ways you would change a hotel that's been here for well over 100 years?
I love how my parents maintain it the way they did. But I see some changes in in employees, in human resources. My generation has a different way to work with them.
Yes, exactly.
Than they did. There is no hierarchy anymore. It's more friendship than workship.
There's also a cat, a really important cat.
Maybe he is the actual boss. I don't know.
And you named him?
Don Corleone.
Do I have to kiss his paw before I leave?
Please, kneel down and say thank you, Don Corleone, for letting me in. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Josh got that shot.
Yeah.
So Josh, our cameraman, he loves cats. He has a cat at home, and it's always painful because he's away from the cat and he has people taking care of the cat. But he's got like a cat cam, and then we all get around his cat to see the cat. But he noticed the cat right away, and that's what made it a part of the show. So I thought that was really funny that. He noticed that because I don't think I would have noticed.
When I met them and kind of got to see the hotel,
they're so lovely.
I mean, they were so lovely, but the
gosh,
rooms were really nice.
Yeah, they're very nice.
For an old hotel, I was kind of expecting worn things, but they were gorgeous.
Yeah, they're really very well.
Yeah, and the food was great.
We did not stay there.
Yeah, I mean, I just loved how these family-run businesses, the parents wanted her to be on camera with you.
Yes,
they wanted to make her story.
Yes, she is the the next generation, and when we had a little more of that conversation about just like how tough it is to have a hotel and what she's been given and. But she understands the importance of her family, and her taking it over. So that's why we love family businesses. We love, especially hotels. I mean, you could probably count on two hands how many family-run hotels we've ever done. And I did a show about hotels. I mean, it's probably the least likely family business there is. Really hard. Yeah.
Our resident witty person, Daniel. Said PBS allowed a building called Wolf Fart. Nice. Thanks, Daniel. Keep it classy. I guess I started all off with the whole T-Rex thing.
I don't know. It's
but talking about family businesses, we're about to see another one right here. It's a bigger business because they even have a U.S. branch in Minnesota, I think.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But before we get off this, I want to. Where did it go?
Exactly. Oh, Charles.
Of course, Charles would call this out. He's going to try his hand at schneeballing. So that didn't make this episode, but coming up this season, that's going to air our final episode, the food special. Samantha did try her hand.
I did make a schneeballen.
Schneeballen, which is the local pastry in Rothenburg.
They're like snowballs, basically. They're very hard to eat, but I did it.
It's like a fried snowball.
Yeah, but many pieces. Yeah, schneeball. And they're famous for that. But we went to the place.
Yep. So you got to watch that in March. That'll be on.
I didn't, Jeff. I didn't want to say anything. Did you see that too? The wolf art?
Nice.
So at the Christmas Village, the Weihnachtsdorf, we sell more than 20,000 items on display across 1,000 square meters of store footage.
Is there a challenge maintaining the Christmas spirit every single day? I find it exhausting after about 2 weeks.
My grandparents lived across the street. So whenever my parents were busy, we were staying at my grandparents'. However, they were obviously also involved in the business. And so we were always around Christmas and it was part of the family and living. So I think it's the emotions that's part of it and growing up. I'm Takuma Wolfert and I'm third generation from Kathy Wolfert, the Christmas family business, which was founded by Käthe Wolfert and Wilhelm Wolfert, my grandparents, in 1964.
So you grew up here?
I did, yes.
What was your favorite area? Where could they always find Takuma? Where's Takuma?
Actually in the cuckoo clock department, because I was the one who was playing with the clocks all the time with my brother. So we changed the time so all the cuckoos came out at the same time. Sometimes whoever was responsible for the area the next day asked who was in the store again.
What was the item that began this all?
The idea for the company started with a music box from my family's home areas, and they wanted to gift it to friends of theirs, American friends, and the only way to get one of those music boxes was to get them in bulk, and they had to get 10. So they gifted them one. He was suggested to maybe kind of start a small business.
Everything I'm seeing is handmade from Germany and even from the regions that they are traditionally made from.
It's always been kind of also part of the personality of the company itself. So there's always still this great measure of detail that we want to put into the product range.
People from all over the world are coming here, and they don't want just Christmas.
Right, they want German Christmas. So what does that represent? What are those items that people are looking for that really mean Germany?
The most iconic, I would say, is the traditional nutcracker that's made in Eastern Germany. Christmas pyramids are also a very traditional item you would get from Germany for Christmas.
One German Christmas item I had never seen before were the smokers. Burning incense creates smoke that comes out in hand-carved tiny chimneys and mouths. I brought this German home with me.
Oh. The Nutcracker's got some competition. So he is here with me today. I love him. As I'm watching this episode, Kevin, I didn't buy enough. Like I'm
bought two.
I'm regretting.
I didn't buy the nice ones. I bought two little ones.
A little, exactly. See, and I just had this conversation recently. Like, are you a carry-on only? Oh, with Rick Steves. Remember?
That was the
funniest
Rick
thing.
got serious real fast
He's
when
like,
that came
when
up.
you are on my tour, no, everyone carries on. And I'm like, well, I guess
you are
I'll
not
never.
allowed to check a bag at a
You're
Rick
not allowed.
Steves tour.
And I get that. It's you're part of the whole group. But I was like, well, I guess I'm never taking a Rick Steves tour because I check luggage, because I am still in my purchasing of souvenir stage. And so isn't he stunning? I mean, he is so beautifully made, and he is carving one of the Christmas trees.
Let's cut back to here so they can see it better.
Oh, okay, yeah. So let me put that there. I mean, he is so cute. So I'm gonna light him on camera. And here's this. So
light him up.
It comes with a little cone. Actually, it didn't come with this. I had to buy those again.
While you're doing that, there's been a lot of chatter on the webs here about strudel. Why you didn't show any strudel? And
because I have to fit my pants.
And I'd like to show a picture of my son eating a strudel in Germany. So strudel happened, just not on camera for this particular episode. So it happened, and he did a good job.
Yeah. Let's put it there. See, it's so cool to see. And then do you see the smoke coming out of his mouth? I mean, come on. This is the best. I can blow on his butthole, and there's a hole. Then more smoke comes out, but there you can kind of see it. Yeah, he's so awesome. So that's my German boyfriend. Yeah, that's my German boyfriend, Hans.
Block both our faces.
And
he wants to focus on our faces, so I can't.
Is that it? Oh, you want me to get out of the maybe get out of
face.
there?
There you go.
There we go. That's Hans. Oh, I love him. And we're past Christmas, clearly, but Hans stays out year-round. We do not put away Hans anymore. He's my German boyfriend. Is it? Yeah. And you can kind of see him smoking. Yeah. I want more of these, Kevin. Make it happen.
We will go to
next Christmas.
I'm going to see my buddy from Rothenburg next month. I can have him bring some.
Can you have him bring one?
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll pay for it, but it's just like I love him. I mean, I paid for this one too. Although when we were there, they gave us all a really nice discount, which is really nice. We don't ask for it, and a lot of but they're like, it was like 20% off or something like that. It was really great, and then they gave us all tiny little smokers, so they were really gracious to us, which I really appreciate. But that's my what? Good. Oh, you're gonna get me? You see? Do people see the smoke? No, I don't think so. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. That's a good shot. Oh, come on.
His legs you put him on a ledge.
Oh, that's so awesome. So, I mean, these are, I'm sure people are like, well, how much is that? Yeah. So that was about 90 euros. So.
And this is a nice one.
Oh, it's a really nice one.
Yeah, they have much.
But I mean, I'm just saying, because everything's handmade in Germany, so very rightly so, they are not inexpensive. Actually, I think it's a beautiful piece for $100, which is what it was at the time when we were there, currency conversion. There you go. And then he just rests because he rests on the shelf. I mean, I need more. I want a whole family.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. How much? So Lori wanted to know how much are they? It was 90 euro.
Holly went there.
Oh, you bought a nutcracker and a smoker. See, I should get a nutcracker too. I mean, you could spend so much money there. And there was when I went touring with a folk dance group. I was 21 years old. Oh, that's a great young 21-year-old memory. Love it. Yeah, love that store. Colleen Casey, Ellis did a great job. Yep.
Someone's after your boyfriend.
Hans is
Allison.
smoking hot. Exactly.
Tell you, he's got it.
Exactly. And healthcare is much better in Germany, so you can smoke.
Yeah, right.
Oh yes, the Gutenberg piece. That's right. Oh, we can do this at the end.
Okay.
Everyone has to see Mainz once in his or her life because it's a traditional city. It has so much invention, so much fun, and so much wine, of course. We have so many places to see, and wine is popping off on every corner.
Well, I love to live in Wiesbaden. It's a city which many buildings from the 19th and early 20th century. You explore the city by foot, have a cup of coffee, enjoy the parks and the rich cultural institutions in our city.
What I personally love about Rothenburg is, although it's such a small town in the middle of the countryside of Germany, because of the tourists, but also because of the people who live here, it's so international and you get to meet different people. And I think from a traveler's perspective, you will feel welcome here and you will be able to communicate to people. Yeah, we feel right at home here in Rothenburg.
When you get to walk through medieval times, spend time in the Art Nouveau period and the Roman Empire, when over 2,000 years of humanity, past and future, is all within driving distance, that is when we share a love of travel. And that's why the cities of Mainz, Wiesbaden, and Rothenburg, Germany, are all places to love.
Great show. I love
Great show.
Germany. I saw one question was, explain why you love Germany in 10 words, and I can't. I just can't. That's really tough for me. My mom's, I'm part German through my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My family was from Nuremberg, but they came over Nuremberg, and then half my family was, because I did my genealogy, they were from Hessen-Kassel, Germany, and my first ancestor came over to fight for King George against those Americans, the young Americans. So that's how far my family goes back to Germany, and I don't know, maybe I just feel it, but it's always enjoyable. And I think there are places that are outstanding, like we were in Greece, right, in Athens, and it's overwhelming, and the civilization, and you just feel like you're kind of in this university mentality of learning, and even Italy has that as well. But there's the relaxation. But Germany, there's just something that we
there's a chaos to that part of Europe that's
wonderful.
Lovely. Yeah, just
that's what you're there for.
But sometimes you don't want that.
Yeah.
And I think.
But you still have the history.
Yeah.
We didn't do the Gutenberg press because the museum was closed. They were renovating. So when we were there the first time in Mainz, we were lucky enough to get to see the actual press. But the second time, not so lucky. It was still closed.
And I actually filmed the one of the Bibles, and I was almost done filming it when someone ran in there saying, "What are you doing? You can't film that."
Oh, is that right?
It's like, no one told me. Like, oh my god, they're freaking out. Like, it's okay. We won't show it. Yeah.
Glad we were invited back.
Wow, look at that. Nanette Kirsting is your cousin, I guess.
You're from Hessen-Kassel too? Kirsting, we might be related. Who knew?
Wow.
No, I was really thrilled when I found that out. I thought that was pretty cool. So.
But we have a little fun. So, we talk a lot that I scout the show. So I was there a month before the crew arrived, meeting everyone. So everyone you saw on camera here, I met and talked to, and there's other people that were great too that we couldn't make it work for the schedule we had and the time we had. But one of the questions I get asked the most from our crew is, what's the van like?
The van. Our transportation.
Because in America, we rent our own minivans, and we have a set thing. We kind of know what we're doing.
We know it down to the T.
But
like
when we
what
go
can fit.
overseas and someone else is driving us around, it matters. And I'm being a bit facetious because my answer is always like, what answer do you want for what's the van like? Big? Well, how big? Pretty big? I don't know. So I went way out of above and beyond when I found the company we were going to work with to hire the van for 12 days or whatever it was. And I asked a million questions to the guy that owned the van. He's like, look, I'm going away for the weekend. He dropped a pin in his phone and sent it to me and then said, I'll leave it unlocked. Go check it out. I'm not going to answer any more stupid questions about the van. So I went and filmed this.
All right, so this is our van. I'm hoping our van. Big Sprinter. And the back is configured where
he left it open.
It's great because it's in German.
Yeah, because it's in Germany.
So I'm 6 feet tall, and I can just walk underneath this thing.
So I won't
lower floor.
But that's a part of the pre-pro. Like you want it behind the scenes. It gets that logistical because we have a lot of gear, and it all has to fit.
Nothing's really going up there except for. I broke into it. It was fun. The guy told me to. But I think we can get it all done.
And then this is real life.
And so this is a month later with the exact same vehicle.
This is impressive. It's 3 layers.
There was a lot of taking things out, fitting things back. It really is Tetris. It's a huge game of Tetris, and everything fit, but it was,
Yeah.
It was tight.
Yeah, because we have 8 crew. We have the driver. That's 9.
Yep.
And then we have not only all the equipment that we need every day, but also since we were moving from town to town, we have everyone's luggage. Mm-hmm. And it's the luggage that is the variable that makes it worse.
That's so true.
You know?
Yeah, when we're like repositioning, that's tough.
Yeah. So we had a lot of great questions. I was trying to grab
really
some of them.
Questions.
Just in no particular order. Brent mentioned that he found great hotels. Samantha's Travel Channel show series.
Are they?
On Discovery Plus. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think I have 2 of the 3 seasons there.
2 of the 3 seasons of great hotels. All right.
Yeah.
That was a fun show, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I think they have. It's weird. Like I don't think they have passport to Latin America, but they do have passport to Europe. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. But so if you want to hit some of the old stuff, Discovery Plus. In Nuremberg, in Rothenburg, Steve Woz did the famous Night Watchman tour. I did that tour and scouted it, and the guy was really interesting, but I didn't think that was a fit for us. So we didn't do that for the show.
It's also hard to shoot at night, right? We try to avoid nighttime shoots, mainly because the host is really difficult. She wants to be in bed by 9.
It's also harder to film in dark.
It's so much harder. Yeah. It's so much harder to film.
Tim asked if you took the gondola down from the statue down to Rudesheim.
Yeah.
Actually, we filmed you going up. I don't know if we filmed you going down. But
don't we have to go down?
No, but for the camera's sake. I mean,
yeah, sure.
But yeah, that was second season. If you go to our website, samantha-brown.com, and go to season 2, you'll find the Rhine episode.
That's really neat.
Which is a great episode.
Yeah, great episode. Great gondola ride. It's kind of not where you expect to see a gondola. You're like, this is great. Flying over vines.
Yeah, I think we started that one in Strasbourg and ended in Cologne. I think that was that one. Felicia asked how we select the places we stay. That's a great question.
It's a great question. I mean, we have a budget, just like you. When you're planning a vacation, we can't just go anywhere. We really have to figure out where we can afford to go, but also distance plays a huge part. So if we have so much gear, anything more than 2 flights, we are really in trouble of possibly missing cases, or this flight doesn't make it. So,
I think she's saying stay. So I think
stay. I'm sorry.
Hotels.
I'm sorry.
I thought that's what that was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So how do you select the places you stay at? I don't know. That's really your job.
I mean, it's different kind of every time in a way. It's this battle of, honestly, the biggest variable is by the time we get everything figured out, lock our dates down, know exactly where we're going to be during those dates. Sometimes it's hard to get 8 hotel rooms in one hotel. And that's kind of one of our rules is we don't break up the team. So, because
there's a lot of times where they're like, we would like to host Samantha at this like 5-star or our nicest hotel, and then your crew can stay here, and we're like, no, I stay with my crew. I have no problem. I would rather be with my crew. It's just like where I want to be, and also safety. I don't want to be separate from my crew.
Yeah, there's another stop to pick you up or something like that. You know, it's just time. Vera Tucker from South Carolina, I think.
Yeah, there was a movie. It was like George Clooney,
Matt
right?
Damon.
Is Matt Damon in that too?
I think, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good. No, it's an amazing. It's hard to believe it. It's hard to believe it's all real that happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First off, that the Nazis had so much time on their hands that they spent that time just stealing artwork.
Yeah, exactly. They even thought of that.
Yeah, and then stashing it all over the place, and then the fact that the Allies came in and found it and then returned it to the people that they stole it from.
Well, the really interesting story, I was like, I didn't know that one, is, and I forget who was in charge of this art, but he was, I think he was an art historian who was also in the army, and so he was made sort of the overhead, the overall general in this. I'm sure someone knows this better than I do. But towards the end, the United States said, we want 200 of these pieces to put in our museums.
Whoa.
And he had written this letter. He wasn't going to let it. He was like, no, this is their art. We can't steal their art. And he had like everybody in the Monuments Men like signed a petition. And so he was about to send it, but someone said that this is like mutiny. Like you can't, like, I don't want to. And then in the end, they decided not to. But he was about ready to go to the very, and so he's really credited, even on the German side, of keeping the nicest art, because I don't know who, but on the American side, they said, we're going to take 200 of the best pieces for us.
That's crazy.
And put it in our museums. And he was absolutely against that. So,
wow.
So it was pretty amazing. He was an amazing man.
Also in Wiesbaden, Mary Ellen, when you make trip 13.
Yes. Yeah.
The
Thank you.
Heilige Geist, Holy Ghost.
Heilige,
unique
the
restaurant
Heilige
in
Geist.
Wiesbaden.
That's boy, I wish we knew that before we did it. We probably would have put in the show.
Yeah.
Mary, are you ready to be a producer?
I did do that. Someone mentioned Sekt, which is the German champagne, sparkling wine. I spent 3 hours touring this massive factory that's the biggest in Europe, I think, that makes sparkling
German
wine.
Sparkling wine?
It was. I mean, it was good. It was overwhelming. It was just too much. As far as we already had wine in Mainz, so that seemed like a better kind of fit for us. But they were bought by the Freshnet people, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
The Cava, the Freshnet.
Yeah. I was like Freshnet, but Frex.
yeah.
And okay.
And Tim mentioned, because I always forget the name of it, Weinschorle. Schorle is the wine with the soda water.
Weinschorle.
In the summer, that's what everyone drinks.
Nice.
This is a great question Jeff's asked about German people speaking English. Have you ever run across in your travels to Germany someone that did not speak English?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Recently?
I guess not. I'm trying to think. In Berlin, I guess everyone spoke English. Yeah, it is widely spoken, but it's interesting because English, we take most of our language from German. I think that's our main, our main influence, and so it's incredible when you hear German spoken, and it'll all be like I don't understand anything you're saying, and then it'll be just like absolutely clear, like artichoken, Right.
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying.
The kitchen? I know what that means.
So no, I guess you're right. It really is easy to speak, and
I'd say the first time I went to Germany was in 1997, and I went to Munich and struggled. It was hard to find, English menus, and it wasn't impossible, just to be clear, but it was not like a default thing at all. And then the next time I went back, which was, I don't know, 5 years later, it seemed like all of a sudden everyone spoke English. It was amazing. So it's really easy for that, and I think Austria too. It's just really convenient as an American going to Europe. It's not an issue. I think. Colleen had a great question for you.
Was it one event on Route 66 that made such an impact, or the accumulation of the entire route, that shot this experience up to number one? That's pretty high praise coming from you. I mean, it's the whole journey, and it was. Thank you. That is a great question, and it was kind of starting out. And I talked about this in my speech. It's like Route 66 was never on my travel radar. I wasn't nostalgic about a time I never grew up in. like a lot of people, I knew it for its catchy song. So we just thought, oh, this is gonna be fun. And as soon as you start out on the route, even in Illinois, like the history, all of a sudden you realize, oh, this is serious. This is poignant. This is kind of the history that defined this nation. I'm also from New Hampshire, and out of 12 years of, standard education, we spent 11 years on the Revolutionary War. Like, I just feel like we never got out of being colonists. Like we didn't, we didn't learn about the West as much as we learned about our own history, which I somehow get. But just there was such, there's such hard times, but resilience from that, from, the black motorists who could in no way have the same experience that white motorists could. So there were certain black-owned businesses that were safe havens for people traveling, to the Native American experience, to the Dust Bowl. I mean, that, you still learn about the Dust Bowl today, and you are shocked by that this happened in the United States. And seeing the pictures, and in Arizona, we went to that museum in Kingman, right? And just seeing the pictures, it's just, oh my gosh. And those truly were refugees, right, in our own country. And there was a story that even when they got to California, they shut the border down in California and wouldn't let them in. And so just resilience, grit, and optimism. And I think it really is what makes us different people around the world, and why people respect us. And obviously we're going through a really tough time, but we shouldn't forget about all the effort that was done to create this amazing country that we live in. We are with people who have just survived insurmountable pain and tragedy, and yet there's this through line, 2,400-mile through line of, hey, but we did it. And there's a lot to be proud of, and to celebrate, and to enjoy. I can tell you, I had quite a few conversations off camera where, people would be like, where are you from? I'm from Brooklyn. And, I thought I was going to get it. And it was just these great conversations of like, oh, you must not really like us here in Oklahoma. I'm like, no, you must not really like me from New York. And they're like, well, no. And just having, like, again, it's travel at its best, right? You are meeting people face to face, and people can't think you are evil if they're talking to you and you're having a conversation. And that is what is going absolutely missing from our lives, is just connection. Listening to people who don't agree with you, but it's okay, right? We can get through this. We can be different. We can look different. We can sound different. And it's what makes us an incredible country. Like we are the envy of the world for our diversity and for our history. And in the short amount of time, we've accomplished much. And that is because we were all in it together. Very different people from all different parts of the world that came to this country to be someone better. And I think that's worth fighting for and celebrating. And I think the Mother Road is the perfect name for it. It is the Mother Road. So hopefully that, I don't know.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. But it was, I loved meeting people all along the way. And what's really great about the Mother Road is, if you are a business along Route 66, you understand what your role is, right? So there's a real reciprocity of like, hey, I want to get to know you, and they want to get to know us, right? They get it. Like this is the reason why they are on Route 66. So everyone's in on it, of this like experience. Even you're going to walk into any store and they are with you, and they are excited about you being there, and you're excited about being there. So I think that's it as well. And what's really cool, sorry, I'm going to keep going on, is that when you are, and you found this too, you start meeting the same people. It's like you're at this little campus moving together, and then, you're meeting Europeans from the Netherlands. And then we had this wonderful family that had young children from Britain. And, we're stopping at the same places. And then eventually someone kind of peels off and goes faster than you, or gets on the interstate, but you're meeting up with the same people and kind of checking in with them. And I recommend it to absolutely every single American, especially. It will teach you more about yourself and this country. And why there's still so much to be proud of and hope for.
Speaking of Route 66, I love this.
I saw Sam pulling out of the Americana parking lot and You did? In one sequence, I stayed there. Oh yeah. I love the retro vibe.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's right. We didn't show that hotel.
We saw you pulling. Actually, I think we show you pulling out of the hotel.
But we didn't show the actual hotel room, which was like brown and yellow, and it's really cool. Had disco balls. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Chad, our sound man, is here. Chad Finley's here. We had such a great time at that hotel, and there were open fire pits, and we all met at night and drank and ate our takeout with each other. And I love that hotel. I love Flagstaff. That is a phenomenal city. Would love to go back and do there are two places I would love to go back and do full episodes. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Love Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah, Flagstaff, because there's a beautiful museum there that I scouted, and we just don't have time to do everything. It's always a challenge, but there's a ski resort there.
Wow.
They had 4 feet of snow in Flagstaff the week before I was there.
Yeah, the height. Yeah, because you argue that's a great point. You're going up in elevation, and it's cooler. So it's just lovely. Yeah. I love Flagstaff. Great hiking.
Jeff, I'm glad you didn't comment that I'm not wearing a solid anymore, because that's nice of you. But I did forget to mention that you can join Samantha.
You too
can join Samantha on the train on the Canyon Spirit, which is a kind of a new brand. It used to be called Rocky Mountaineer in the U.S., but they rebranded it. It's the same people, but they rebranded it to be called Canyon Spirit. And Samantha will be leaving Salt Lake City on September 17th, ending in Denver on the 21st and stopping in Moab and Glenwood Springs, Colorado. And
nice.
For more information on how you can join her with that, go to samb.tv/canyon, and you get the whole itinerary and how to book and all that kind of stuff. But it's actually they're doing a special trip for Samantha. It's not their normal one. They have different excursions, and
that's great.
Including things that maybe aren't always included, like two of the national parks.
Oh, nice.
Canyonlands, I think, and Arches, maybe.
Do I get to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and I think I might be there. We're going to be doing some filming.
I would love to go to Arches.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
because we missed that. We picked up. We did this last because we've done this before. It was amazing.
Oh,
we started in Moab, but we got there that afternoon, and everybody had spent the morning doing all those. Those excursions.
Which one? That's cool. Chad, I watched on PBS app. You mean I'm the #1 travel show on the PBS app? Is that what that means, Chad? Chad is our sound engineer. He's what makes our show sound beautifully and me sound as if we were in a studio. Really? Do you mean we beat...
I wanna put this...
I was going to say, you mean we beat that guy?
That guy.
That guy is at #1?
He's washed out now.
He's just drinking beer.
Yeah. Who knew that Ethiopian?
Totally kidding.
Yeah,
we love you,
that's
Rick.
awesome, Chad.
Yeah, thank you. And then Dan, this is a great question. And
for this weekend in New York,
yes, it is. It is the exact same speech. So if you come one day, you can see me. Maybe come the next day and then see other. I mean, the lineup for speakers are phenomenal. There's one man speaking about Labrador and Newfoundland, which is 2 places I've always wanted to go to. That's on my bucket list, but it's at 4:30, so I don't know. But there's so many great speakers, so you don't have to see me twice. It's the same speech.
Yeah, and whoever's going to the New York show, our sponsors, Road Scholar is going to be there. I think Oceana's not there, but I think Canyon Spirit's there.
Yep.
And that free code, just to put that back up again.
And that's no matter what show I'm speaking at. So it's I've got one more. So after New York, I'm in Chicago, and then that's it. And it's the same code, travel places to love VIP.
Barbara, so just go to the travelshows.com, click on buy a ticket, New York, and then places to love VIP. And just to show that again, it's New York this weekend, and then the final show, Chicago, February 21 and 22. Mm-hmm. That sounds like that'll be very warm there in Chicago.
Listen, probably usually I'm in Chicago now. This is the last weekend would be the weekend, and I love it. I love snow. Bring it on, as long as it doesn't ruin my flight.
We were there one year for around this
Oh my
time
gosh,
for
they
the
got like
and it was
15
There was a
inches.
frozen fog warning,
Yeah, exactly.
and we
We're
both
like,
panicked.
We're like,
what is that?
What's frozen fog?
What do we do?
Exactly.
Does it get in our lungs? What happens?
That's so true. Is it like Heat Miser? Remember
Frozen
that?
fog.
I'm Mr. Sun. I'm Mr.
Mary Ellen asked about the painting behind us.
Well, that's from Berlin.
That's from Berlin.
That's from Germany.
And I actually was in Berlin for the World Cup in 2006, and the artist had moved from the gallery, and I forget how I picked it out, but
Well, I had a smaller one that we had
That's
for a
right.
very long time from Toklas Gallery.
Toklas, yeah, Toklas, yeah.
And we always loved it, and so then I always wished I had gotten the larger one. I always regret not buying the art. That's the one thing. Like
Yeah.
if you see a piece of art when you travel and you're like, I don't know, but it really speaks to you, do whatever you can to bring it home.
So
Because
true.
I always regret art.
But I literally handed some random woman a bunch of money in an envelope, and she handed me a tube with that painting in it
At the train station.
at the train station in Munich.
Yeah.
Because we're on the way to Munich. I guess. I don't know. I forget now. But it was during the World Cup in 2006. It was kind of fun. But yeah, we love that painting. It's one of those things that makes me very
not
happy.
all train ride. Okay, sure, Jeff, you're absolutely right. We should mention it's not all a train ride. You are not sleeping on that train, and you will appreciate
Which is way
that.
better.
Yeah,
Which is way better.
Yeah.
You spend the day on the train, and then you get off, and your luggage is waiting for you in your room.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
They hand you the key on the train. You don't even check in.
Yeah.
It's really classy.
Yeah.
We were both surprised. Like,
Yeah.
they literally, here's your room key.
Here's your
like,
room key, and we already put your luggage there. It's
yeah.
already waiting.
And you
Go
get
ahead.
to your room, luggage is in there, and then when you're done in the morning, you leave your luggage
you
there,
leave it, they pick it up,
and then it's in the next place.
Yeah, it's really
they
nice.
They know what they're doing. It's pretty cool. Like the Kyliers.
They know what they're doing. We're gonna do the smoker again.
Oh.
Hans is coming back. All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah. So somebody wants to say goodbye. He's busy working on his woodworking right now.
Love him.
Yeah.
I just love him. He's like a little.
Want to get close again?
There you go. Here he is. He's so. Look how beautifully he's made. I mean, it's just. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, look at that. His little mustache. He's got real hair coming out from under his cap, under his nose. And he's doing is he's carving one of those famous Christmas trees that are made with carvings of wood, like the shavings, I should say. Sorry, shavings. He is beautiful. I mean,
yeah,
I love him. And whenever my kids pick him up, I'm like, don't you pick him up, because I know I'm gonna lose the little smoker. It comes out. That little smoker comes out. He's got even a little blush. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm gonna need
Sam,
one of these.
Allison's calling him Hans with a Z, like they're really tight now.
Allison, back off. He's mine. All right? Back off.
Wow. It got real serious here all of a sudden. But yeah, so thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Next
yeah.
Monday, where we will be revisiting our really interesting and beautiful episode in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'd never been there before, and man, I learned so much about a lot of things. It was just, I mean, there's some scenes in that episode that I still can't stop watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. So we'll see you Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and have a great week. And hopefully maybe we'll see some of you this weekend in New York.
Oh, please.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I would love that. All right, everyone. Have a great night.